part 5 of The Last Little Cat. Do you remember where the little cat had made it to now? Do you remember? He was hearing something from the next yard. From 2 yards over, he heard a lady calling, and she called, "Kitty, kitty, kitty." She called over and over again, "Kitty, kitty, kitty," in the cold gray morning. The last little cat did not know what kitty meant, but it was a sound in the lonely morning. The last little cat hurried toward the sound. The last little cat could not know that the woman in the 6th yard was calling her own big, black, battle-scarred, battle-worn warrior cat that had been out fighting all night long. The little cat did not know that the woman was standing on her porch in her backyard with a white bowl that was full of meat to lure her fighting cat home. The little cat did not know. It just went to the calling voice, for it was a sound in the morning. The little cat, however, did not get to the 6th yard, the yard of the woman with her bowl of meat. The last little cat got only as far as the 5th yard, the yard of the 7 early children. The 7 children had got up so early in the slate-gray morning that they'd even got their mother up with all their noise. It was early, but the sun half promised to come out, so the mother bundled up the 7 children and sent them out to play in the yard, where they could be as noisy as they pleased. The little cat hurried through the 5th yard to get to the kitty-calling woman in the 6th yard. And there came 7 children in a row out of the door of the 5th house. The last little cat, born in a kennel, had never seen a child before, had never even heard a child before. But here came 7 shouting children. The 7 children saw the cat. 7 surprised, delighted children came running, squealing, yelling out to the little cat. The little cat scooted itself under a car in the driveway. The 7 children surrounded the car. They called and begged for the little cat to come to them from under the car. There sat the little cat, with children peering at it with big eyes from under the bumpers of the car and from around all the 4 wheels. The little cat would not come to all those big eyes. The little cat sat under the car as saucer-eyed as the saucer-eyed children. It turned its head from side to side. It looked everywhere for some way of escape, but everywhere were eyes and children, and so the little cat sat. When the little cat would not come, the children came. From every side they came crawling flat on their stomachs under the car. At the last moment, the little cat tried to scramble away, but a chubby hand reached out and caught it. Backward, the boy who had caught the cat crawled from underneath the car. Backward, all 7 excited children crawled from under the car. They had a cat. The 7 children ran into the house with the cat. They stormed into a single long row up the stairs to their mother. They all called to their mother up the stairs, "Mother, may we have this little cat? We found him." Now the mother had gone back to bed after she had dressed the 7 children and sent them out to play. The alarmed mother sat up in the bed and looked at the 7 children storming into the bedroom. She looked at the little cat. "Now that would be all I need," she said in dismay. 7 children and a cat. The children gathered around her bed and looked at their mother in dismay. Then, in the stillness, they all heard the woman in the next yard calling, "Kitty, kitty, kitty," to her battle-scarred cat, and calling again, "Kitty, kitty." "Don't you hear?" the mother in the bed said with a sigh of relief. "The lady next door is calling a cat, so then this must be her cat. Just because you found her cat in our yard does not mean her cat is yours. Now hurry right down and hurry right over and take her cat back to her." But mother," the biggest boy, who was clutching the cat, said in astonished surprise, "the lady next door has a big black cat. This is just a little black cat." "Yes, mother," the other 6 children said hopefully, "a great big cat, not a little black cat." Big cat, black cat. A cat is a cat, said the mother wearily, and nobody pays much attention to cats, except to their own, maybe, so you don't really know if she has a big black cat or a small black cat. Maybe she has a big black cat and a small cat. Maybe her big black cat had small black cats. You don't know, so you must quickly take the cat to her and leave it there with her. And the mother heaved a great sigh of relief and closed her tired eyes. In one long row behind their disappointed brother with the cat, 6 children clumped down every step of the long stairs. But the littlest girl coming on behind said in a big, hopeful whisper down the stairs, "If it isn't the lady's cat, do you suppose Mother will let us keep the little cat?" They all stopped on the stairs. But from the bed the mother said, "No, I will not let you keep it. I can't. That would be all I'd need, 7 children and a cat." Then the 7 children clumped down the stairs, every hard wooden step. The children went silently through their yard and crawled in a single silent row through the bushes into the yard of the calling woman. The woman turned in alarm to see 7 awfully quiet children come into her yard. But her eyes really jumped in alarm when she saw the boy carrying the cat. She looked aghast. "Why, boy," she said sharply, "that is no way to carry a cat. Is that a way to carry a cat, by its stomach?" The boy was surprised and taken aback by the woman's sharp words. He nervously squeezed the last little cat. His 6 brothers and sisters looked from the woman to the squeezed cat, and nobody thought to ask the woman, "Is this your little cat?" The surprised little boy did not seem to know how to let go his tight hold on the little cat's stomach, except by dropping the little cat. He dropped the last little cat right at the woman's feet. He backed away from the sharp-voiced woman with his mouth open wide. His 3 little brothers and 3 little sisters backed away with their mouths open too. It wasn't until they had backed through the bushes into their own yard that they closed their mouths again and began to play. In the 6th yard, the woman stood looking down at the cat at her feet. But the last little cat looked up at the big white bowl the woman was holding. It cried up for the milk that it thought was in the bowl. And crying up at the bowl for the milk in the bowl, the little cat's lost voice finally came back.